Hello everybody! Welcome to Game Talk! I couldn't think of a good, clever name for this segment, but we're going to talk about Final Fantasy XIV again because I really like it and there's a lot to talk about. Yeah. And today I'm going to talk about the most recent expansion called Dawntrail. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch. But I'm not gonna spoil like the ending or anything. So yeah. Yeah, it's so much fun. Oh my gosh. I play a Makote, which is like a somewhat of like a kitty person with like cat ears and a kitty tail. Yeah. But there's another new race that just dropped. Not just, but like with this expansion. Oh no, I forgot. Hrothgar! Yeah. Okay. So there's like a tiger type race that you can play in Final Fantasy XIV called the Hrothgar. And they just released with this new expansion, well, it's not new, but when this last expansion released, they also dropped a new playable race, the female version of a Hrothgar, which is really cool, yeah. But I don't play a Hrothgar, I play a Makote. Yeah, Hrothgar is like a tiger type kitty who's big and buff. And then a Makote is like a little kitty who's like, meow. That's how I see it anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so you start out, you finish up the last expansion and stuff, and then you get this one female Hrothgar who comes and asks for help and stuff. Her name is Wook and she's really funny. Oh my gosh, she's like one of my favorite characters because she's very comical. Yeah, it's so funny. Sometimes she's ditzy. It's great. But she's a really good character. Yeah. But she asks us for help because back in her home continent of Tyrol, which is across the sea, somewhere we've never actually been before, it's a whole new area, she has to go through these trials to become the next leader of her world. Not of her world, but of like her country. Yeah, and she doesn't want one of her brothers to get it because he's kind of a dick. Can I say that? Can I say dick? Okay, yeah, he's not very nice. So we want to help her so that he doesn't become the dictator or whatever. Yeah. So after we finish saving the world for like the umpteenth time, we're like, you know what? That sounds nice. It's not world saving, and we could take a nice vacation over there. Yeah, let's go help Wook. So we travel the seas on ship, and it's really nice, and we're finally getting a vacation that we deserve after saving the world so many times from the other expansions. Yeah, it's really good. So yeah, we go across the sea and we get to see her land, and it's so beautiful. Like the in-game graphics are great, and everything's just so pretty. And I think it's based on like Mexico and stuff, I think is what I read somewhere. But it's really funny because poor Wook, she gets seasickness. So she gets sick on the whole way there and stuff, and I feel bad. Yeah. So yeah. So then we meet up with her brothers who she's competing with in the right of succession for the throne, basically. We meet Zeralja, who's a two-headed creature. He's the not so nice guy. Yeah. He's not very nice at all. But he's the same race as the father, and the father is the king right now. So yeah, he thinks he deserves the throne because he's the two-headed, I forgot what race they are, but yeah, he's a two-headed one just like his dad, which are really, really rare. So he thinks he should get the throne and not these other guys, because the other ones are adopted. Wook is an adopted one, and so is the other brother, Koana. Koana's a Makote like us. Yeah, or like me, like my character. You can play a lot of different characters, but my character specifically is a Makote, and so Koana's a Makote too. And he actually studied across the seas at, there's so many names. What's it called? What's the university place called? I think it starts with an SH. I looked it up. It's Charlian. I couldn't remember the name of the place. Excuse me. But yeah, Koana studied at like this school over at Charlian. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. So he's very, very smart and stuff. And Wook is about like fighting and toughness and stuff too. Yeah. And then Zeralja's all about like putting people in their place, and, you know, you should be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, personally, when I was playing through it, I was voting for Wuk-Lamat, but if Wuk-Lamat didn't make it, I was like, you know, I think I'd be okay if Kawana was, you know, the next king too. That would be okay, because he's pretty cool. Yeah. And so, the Rite of Succession was where they had to do these challenges. They had to go around the continent and, like, help, they had to help the tribes and stuff like that. And the leaders of the tribes, or somebody in the tribe, had the golden keystones that they needed. They had to acquire the golden keystones to open the door to the legendary Golden City. They were like, what, Golden City? Isn't that a myth? I thought that was just a bedtime story you told us when we were kids. But apparently, the Golden City's real. It's kind of like Atlantis or something. Yeah. So they were like, what? Seriously? This is what we have to do? Okay, fine. So yeah. So they start on the adventure of the Rite of Succession, and it's really cool. Each, like, little story is really fun. And you meet the different tribes. There's the Pelu, which are like these short little humans, and you rarely see them without their masks. They're really cool. And then there's the Moblins, which in Eorzea, which is where we're from, they're like the goblins, but here they're called Moblins. Yeah. And there's the Hanu, which is like a giant bird, big bird type race, which is really cool. They're really cool. I like them. And then we actually get to meet another legendary, which we thought was extinct, race, which is called the Yokhoi, which are these great, big, giant, I don't know, it says they're humanoid, and they've got these big eyes like goldfish, but they're giant, and there's even a more giant one. Yeah, they're really cool looking. It's like, whoa. And then you get to go and see, like, their home, and everything is really big because they're really big. It's really cool. Yeah, because, like, the Hanu are really big, too. They're, like, you know, taller, but they're not giant like the Yokhoi. Yeah, it's really cool. I recommend playing it, yeah. And even if, like, you don't want to play through the first, how many were there? 4, 5 expansions? You can always pay for a story skip and just do Dawntrail too if you want. Yeah, but I recommend all the stories because they're all really good. This is just the most recent one. And I'm not even halfway done with it yet. Like, talking about it. Yeah, there's so much more to it than that. There really is. Because, like, I don't want to spoil it, but, like, after they choose the winner of the Rite of Succession, like, I don't remember if it's a giant portal that opens up or something, but there's this giant beam in the sky that, like, shoots down, and, like, oh my gosh, what is that? We have to go see what it is. And so they go see what it is, and, like, I don't remember. It's like a time trap or something where, like, they get sucked in or they're inside of it, and they, like, time moves differently there. It's so strange. It's very strange. Yeah. But yeah, and then they get, like, teleported to this other new world that's, like, completely different, like, futuristic. It's so cool. It's very cyberpunk. So you go from, like, fantasy, you know, Eorzea or whatever, Toral, to, like, you go through this portal, and now everybody's wearing, like, these cyberpunk clothes, and there's, like, a cyberpunk scooter and, like, cars, and it's so cool, you know? Because, like, you're playing Final Fantasy, and then all of a sudden you're here in this other world, and you see all these people with, like, these little side pieces on the side of their head, and you're like, what is that for? And then you find out what it's for, and it's like, what? Yeah, it's really cool. And then there's issues and problems, you know, that you have to solve when you're there, and yeah. But yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about this time. But yeah, it's really good. I like it. And there's lots of side quests too, of course. I like doing the side quests because, like, I don't know, there's just something about seeing somebody with, like, a quest marker, and you're like, what's wrong? you go talk to them and they're like, oh, I've got this issue and I don't know what to do. And you're like, oh, I can help you. And then you go through the story and sometimes it's surprising. Sometimes you get, not prizes, like rewards. You can get rewards like emotes or, mounts that you can ride, like new mounts. You get all kinds of things, yeah. So you never know what you're gonna find. At least I don't. I like going in like surprised. Like, oh, this person needs help. Let's go see what their story's about, you know? It's really cool. Sometimes it's about finding a lost dog. And then you find out it's not even a real dog or something. Or like the dog actually died and they didn't know. It's like a ghost dog or something. I don't know. I just made that up. But there's usually a twist in all of the like side stories too. It's really great. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me as I, talk about Final Fantasy XIV. It's really fun. Yeah, I appreciate you. And if you like my content, make sure you subscribe because I do these kind of talky thingies like usually every Sunday. Yeah, and I have fun with them, so yeah. And like the video, please. I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye. My eyes are off again. Let me see if I can fix them. There we go. Bye-bye.